let a 25-year-old man and two 21-year-old girls beat me now. I've got this far. Now I have to finish this game.
It was Anne-Marie who last week failed to correctly identify the mole, and she was eliminated. There are just 4 people left. One of them is a traitor, whose job it is to secretly prevent the others from winning money. The other 3 are genuine contestants, and one of them will soon win all the money that everyone's been earning.
It's a shocking thought. Yeah. That in a few days' time, I could be battling it out for, $80, $90, $100,000.
I'm so close to being in the last 3 and so close again to winning that it's just, every now and again it just sort of dawns on me, I'll sit there, I'll suddenly realise, and it's massive. It's such a huge accomplishment. I'm really, really happy I'm here. I am so happy that I'm here, and I have a lot more confidence in myself in the sense of my ability that I can make it.
Now it's game on, full on, people. Bob Young is here to win it now, at all costs. And I'm going to find out who you are. And when I do, I'm going to take that money and I'm going to take it home.
It's 2 a.m. and we have a surprise for Bob. His assignment will be to persuade the other 3 not to do a parachute jump.
Bob. Oh, Jesus Christ. Whoa.
Okay, Bob. I need your attention. I need you to focus. Tomorrow morning, you'll all be asked to do a solo parachute jump. But if you can persuade everyone not to jump, you'll add $10,000 to the kitty. And you'll get an exemption, a free pass through to the final. If no one jumps solo, $10,000 into the kitty, and you're straight through to the final.
I'll leave you to think on it for a little while, shall I?
I'm going to do it. Don't know.
None of the others will know that Bob's assignment is to persuade them not to do a solo parachute jump. They'll all simply think that the more people who jump, the more money they'll win.
Morning.
Morning.
Your assignment is to do a solo parachute jump. You'll receive $5,000 for every one of you that does a solo jump. It's a potential $20,000 in the kitty. First off, though, you have to do a tandem jump to be able to solo. Who's in for the tandem jump?
I think so, hopefully, yeah.
Bob?
I'm out. I'd rather do the single.
Can't do a solo without a tandem.
Let's put your hand up.
I don't know if I can do the tandem.
Well, either do we, but we're going to try and do it.
I don't... Nah. Bugger it. Nah.
3 of you for the tandem. Good luck. See you at the other end.
The tandem jump is just for training, and the 3 of them seem keen to do it. But it's only the solo jump that will win them the money.
How are you feeling, Lena?
I'm excited, but I'm very nervous.
They're being taken up to a height of 4,000 metres. That's 4 kilometres above the ground.
Feel great. I feel really good. I can't wait. I just want to get out there.
Mark and Elena are nervous but keen.
It's the worst bit, I think, the build up to it.
Crystal Rose, the 21-year-old model, may be having second thoughts.
4,500 feet.
And this is only the training jump.
We're not even halfway there yet.
Each contestant who goes on to do the solo jump will win $5,000 for the kitty. They don't know it, but Bob is hoping that they don't go through with it.
Can't feel too good, mate, for the ego being on the ground while they're up there.
Doesn't feel good at all. I'd rather be up there with them.
So why are you down here?
$10,000 and a free pass. I'll be a fool to knock it back.
This first jump is a training jump only, and it won't earn them money. Each of them is firmly attached to a parachute instructor, so the jump will require less skill and therefore less risk than jumping solo. Even so, jumping out of a plane 4,000 metres above the ground, no matter how you do it, isn't the easiest thing in the world.
The longer it takes, the more time I've got to think about it, so I just want to jump out now, just get out there.
Really confident? I'm beginning to understand the gravity of what we're doing, but I still feel good.
Mark's closest to the door, and he's first to go.
As that door opens, feeling the wind for the first time, that's the most terrifying thing. It's like absolute chaos and pandemonium. Everyone's checking everything at a rate of knots. That's when my heart rate really picks up. As soon as I'm doing the count, I'm already enjoying that part of it.
Elena was next to go.
Once I was on that edge, I knew I was gone. It's just amazing, and yeah, it's hard to describe. It's a brilliant feeling, so much fun.
It's now Crystal's turn.
Just listen to me, okay? Just look at this. It's all good, okay? If you get your feet out that door, I'll land you safely, okay?
I just can't do it.
Absolutely positive.
To be quite honest, I don't know where this fear came from. I just think it's like I'm a control freak and a perfectionist, and that's why I'm so angry at myself, is because people's assumptions were correct, that I wouldn't do it.
Stand sure?
100%, I'm not going.
Crystal's refusal to do the training jump means she can't do the solo jump, and it will cost the team $5,000. Now, only Mark and Elena will have the choice to go solo.
Bob, I only see 2 canopies up there, mate.
Yeah, that's all we got so far. If I remember the order going in, the first 2 out should have been Mark and Elena.
Right.
That's more than likely Crystal Rose that stayed in there.
With Crystal not doing the training jump, Bob's task is a little easier. He now only needs to convince 2 people not to do the solo jump. Under canopy, Mark and Elena are taught how to steer the parachute using the left and right toggles. If they go on to do the solo jump, they'll be doing it all on their own, with no one there to help them.
How was it, Mark?
It was incredible. It just all happened so quickly. As soon as that parachute opens, the world stops.
Over there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's the first part of their training done. Crystal, meanwhile, is coming back to Earth the slow way.
No, Crystal.
No, Crystal. She should have come out.
She'll regret it.
Yeah. My arms are a bit sore. I couldn't hold the toggles just because I think this is a bit tight.
You are missing out, darling.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I couldn't do it.
You've got to go back and do it.
That bit in the plane is...
That's the fear, in the
so
plane.
much better from there. I couldn't get my feet over the edge. Once you're at the edge, you just want to go, and once you're gone, it's fantastic.
Crystal Rose,
Yes, Grant.
we have organised for you to be allowed to tandem again.
First thing is I'll say yes, and then I'll get up there and won't want to go again. Yeah, but if you say yes and say to them, just push me if I don't go, then you'll be out there and you'll be glad.
Crystal Rose,
Yes, Grant.
the opportunity's there.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
All right, Crystal Rose,
Yes,
you'll be keeping Bob company.
2006.
Mark and Elena will be able to make their decision after they've done some pretty intensive training.
Check-in cells are open. Slider down. Locate drop zone.
Check in,
Okay.
head back, ready, set.
They must learn how to free fall without spinning out of control,
Malfunction! What are you going to do?
and what to do if the parachute doesn't open properly.
1001, 1002.
Okay, well done.
Then they must learn how to steer themselves once the canopy's open. And finally, they must learn how to land. If they're not competent or confident with any of those skills, they'll be putting themselves at great risk.
Follow arrow.
Oh, hi, guys.
It's not a decision to be taken lightly.
We're all trained up.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, as ready as I'll ever be, I think.
Lainey?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do the solo. I feel really good about just doing the tandem jump, and I don't need to do anything else today. I think I've done so much in the last couple of weeks that, you know, I don't need to push my luck.
But it's up to you. It's up to you. I mean, this is a game of choice today.
Yeah.
If you want to go up, you want to go up. If you don't, you don't. Simple as that.
Someone's got to do it. I was hoping to have a couple of buddies up there. But...
Yeah, sorry, Mark. I'm not going to jump by myself, so... yeah.
If that's the case, I'm going to go and get to it. So I'll catch you later.
Have a good luck. See ya.
Do well.
Bob did nothing to convince Mark not to jump. If Mark does actually go through with the jump, Bob will miss out on his free pass, and the team will miss out on $10,000.
Really, Mark? A little more nervous than I did the first time, but excited too. Raiders, very disappointed. We went through all that training, all of us, and particularly Elena, who went up on the tandem. So it was very disappointing. But that's their choice.
Mark doesn't know it, but it's all up to him.
We're going up to 14,000.
If Mark jumps, they'll win $5,000. If he doesn't jump, they'll win $10,000. Mark does a solo parachute jump, he'll win the group $5,000.
I don't like it when we go through the clouds. I finally realise how high we're going.
The flight up seemed to go forever. It's probably the most alone I've felt since I've been on the show, not having any of the other contestants there. It was a very empty plane. I felt like I'd been abandoned, and the higher I got up in the plane, the more nervous I was because I actually started thinking about the jump at that time.
If Mark jumps, he'll win the team $5,000. But if he doesn't jump, Bob will win his assignment and the team will win $10,000.
1,001, 1,002.
Mark doesn't know it, but he'll make more money for the team if he stays in the plane than if he parachutes.
Right. This is the last turn, Mark. This is it. I'm scared, I have to say, but that's all right. Well, someone's got to do it, God damn it.
The only moment of terror for me is really moving to the edge of the door and standing on the edge. As soon as I'm just about to jump, it's just pure and utter exhilaration.
2 instructors will hang on to Mark as he leaves the plane to make sure he doesn't spin out of control. Mark is dropping at 150 kilometres an hour. In just 40 seconds, he'll fall more than 2 kilometres.
It wasn't as scary as I thought it'd be, but it's very hard to describe. It was very intense but peaceful at the same time. I loved it, complete and utter enjoyment, and I just sort of let go of everything. And I had fears of a malfunction. Just my ability not to freeze at that particular moment should there be a malfunction was my greatest concern.
At 1,700 metres, Mark must pull his ripcord. He's now completely on his own.
There we go.
Yes.
Right. I don't think I was going to open then. Me neither.
The risk is far from over for Mark. He still has to steer himself towards the landing site and land as softly as he can.
The parachuting was complete and utter independence and self-dependence. It's just taught me that I can only ever rely on myself. And, you know, that's something that can't be taken away from me.
Cruising, no problem.
Not a drama.
No problem. Getting close to now. See the tree?
No, miles away from me. Now. He's down.
I don't know what you were missing out on.
Well done, mate. That's great. You've added $5,000 to the kitty. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very, very courageous and a great
Well done,
jump.
mate.
Now, Bob,
Mate,
didn't want to jump from the beginning.
there was a reason for that.
What's that, Bob?
I got paid a visit last night at 2 a.m. in the morning from these guys. And I didn't jump, and I convinced you guys not to jump. $10,000 in the kitty and a free pass.
Good news for you guys is...
You get a free pass.
I don't get the free pass.
No
but
free
I don't
pass.
care. You just did it.
The bad
And
news is, of course, the $10,000 goes
the door.
missing.
And I didn't get the skydive.
Oh, what a shame.
You didn't. All right, well, congratulations.
Cool.
We'll see you later.
Well done.
Bob has failed his assignment and he lost the group $10,000. Elena and Crystal cost the group $5,000 each. And if Mark hadn't jumped, they'd be $5,000 richer. So, who is the mole? You will have the chance to win $25,000 by correctly identifying the mole. Just answer this. That evening, we have a treat for the 4 contestants. Dinner on their very own personal island. But, as always on the mole, and as the contestants will eventually find out, nothing comes entirely for free.
Evening.
Hi.
Welcome to my island.
Thank you.
Let's call it Temptation Island, but more about that later. First, relax. Maybe a pre-dinner drink. Cheers.
They'll be spending the night on the island. But that lies ahead of them. First, dinner, cooked by their own chef.
Well, now it's down to 4 of you. You've all grown close. I think we can trust each other now.
Hopefully.
Could the mole put their hand up, please?
Some ways people don't want to admit that there is a mole.
Yeah, we don't really want to think about it.
Why?
We're just enjoying ourselves, yeah.
It's still at the back of your mind that there's a lot of money at stake and someone's screwing around with us.
And it's one of us 4 sitting right here. It's really
Yeah.
actually scary to actually think
It
about.
is scary.
One of you 4 is betraying you, has already cost you a great deal of money. Is it you?
Is it me?
Yeah.
No.
Elena, are you the mole?
No,
Crystal Rose?
I don't think I could ever be the mole.
Aren't you?
No.
What about you, Bob?
No.
No. Well, let's take a look at it, shall we? It's like a parachuting today.
No, I'm not going. Doors down.
100% sure?
100%, I'm not going.
Crystal Rose, you didn't jump.
I didn't jump, no.
Very mole-ish activity. You cost the group $5,000. Bob didn't jump.
But it's up to you. It's up to you. I mean, this was a game of choice today.
And didn't try very hard to convince the others not to jump.
You said you might regret it. The $10,000 comment, that was the exemption comment.
Yes. So, Elena,
Yes, Elena.
did the tandem, didn't jump.
I feel really good about just doing the tandem jump, and I don't need to do anything else today. I think I've done so much in the last couple of weeks.
Cost the group $5,000, the same as Crystal over here.
Yeah, I did. I cost the group a lot of money by not jumping.
Now, if I were the mole and I were being pursued or perceived myself to being pursued closely, I might jump. The $10,000 would be lost, the exemption would be gone, and I could create a smokescreen.
And earn $5,000 for the kitty.
Whilst losing 10. Nothing too bad for the mole. Suspicion gets cast on everyone, doesn't it? Do you feel now that as a group wouldn't betray one another?
Not 100%, no.
As much as you have to work together as a team, everybody's here for themselves.
So with that in mind, I'd like to have a little chat with each of you shortly. See you soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks for the meal.
Thank you.
This is Temptation Island, and one by one, they will be tempted with an offer to buy their way into the final episode using money out of the kitty. This is Temptation Island.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going up to see the boss man.
Okay.
One by one, each of the contestants will be secretly tempted to buy their way into the final episode.
Good night.
Excellent night.
You know, there's another elimination coming up
That there is.
very soon. Let's say you had an exemption straight through to the final episode. Shot at all the money. What would that be worth to you?
A hell of a lot.
Well, let's put a dollar value on it, shall we?
Let's go on 15.
You'd be prepared to put up $15,000 to make that last episode.
Yep.
Your bid's in, duly noted.
Bob has bid $15,000 out of the group's prize kitty,
so that he can get a free pass to the final. Each of the others will also make their own secret bids, and whoever bids highest will get the free pass.
You're up.
Okay.
Have fun. Going to make you an offer.
Yeah.
How much were you willing to give out of the kitty to make it through the last episode?
What'd you say?
Nothing. I turned it down.
Bob has lied to them. But by the time the night's over, it won't be the only lie.
Good evening.
How you doing?
I'm okay, thanks.
You know, if you make it through to the next episode, you'll have a 1 in 2 chance, assuming you're not the mole, of winning all that money.
Yes.
If there were a way of ensuring those 1 in 2 odds, what would you say that would be worth to you in dollar terms out of the kitty?
What's the kitty at the moment?
$84,000.
I think 24,000, round it down to 60.
24,000? Thanks for your bid. I'll see you a little later on.
Okay.
Mark has outbid Bob.
Marky Mark?
He's agreed to reduce the prize kitty by $24,000 just so that he can be guaranteed a place in the final. Not only has he betrayed everyone else, he's about to lie to them.
Well, you take it?
Did I take it? I made a bid, a very meagre bid. I think I'm on the right track, so I don't want to damage my chances too much.
I knocked it back.
Sorry?
I knocked it back.
Did you?
There's not enough in the kitty to warrant a bid.
They're all lying through their teeth, trying to fool each other into making a low bid for the free pass.
Very interesting.
It's now Elena's turn.
I figure that an exemption is worth something.
At this point, I'm feeling quite confident that I know who the mole is. So I don't want to take any money from the kitty just to make it through.
Could come to regret that very deeply tomorrow.
I know. I feel happy with that.
Well, if you're happy.
Elena's attempt to save money in the kitty by not bidding will be in vain. Mark and Bob have both made bids, so regardless of Elena's refusal to bid, the prize kitty will be reduced.
A lot of people would give a lot to get to the final.
Yep.
How much? How much would you give out of the kitty to get to the final?
$5,500.
5,500?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
Each of them is hoping that they're the highest bidder and that they'll be given the free pass. Later that night, they record their thoughts into their video diaries.
I came up with the 5,500 basically because I think that people will just bet $5,000. If someone's actually placed a bid higher than 10 grand, I think they're absolutely stupid.
I'm guilty as hell for offering him 15 grand. But I mean, it's 15 grand. If I win it, it's only 15 grand off my money.
Bob will bid highly to stay in the game. Probably even bid more than my bid of $24,000 off the kitty.
If I win this, and one of those guys has bid, X amount of money to get through to the next round and I end up winning, how am I going to handle that and how much have they actually taken off me? Ultimately, that's what it'll be about.
It will be an uneasy night for all of them. They've betrayed each other, they've lied to each other, and it won't be until the following night that they'll discover who will be given the free pass and how much it's cost them. It's the morning after their night of betrayal. It won't be till that night that the contestants will find out which one of them will be given a free pass through to the final episode and how much it's cost them. Until then, they'll spend the day jet skiing and they'll have the chance to win $5,000.
Morning. Have a good night's rest?
Yeah.
Good. I have an assignment for you. Just around the point, there are 2 jet skis. You'll need to split yourself into 2 groups of 2. One person will drive, one person will be the passenger. Each passenger will have a diver's slate. On it, you'll draw a map of that island over there. You'll have 1 hour. At the end, compare your maps, choose which one is most accurate, which one you'd like to submit to me. If you're at least 50% correct in your mapping of the island, you win $5,000. How could it be any easier than that? Good luck.
Crystal and Elena will be on one jet ski and Bob and Mark on the other.
We've got an hour, guys.
Yeah, but they said if we go around like quite quickly, you can do it in 12 minutes. So if we're careful and just don't take too much time drawing, we should be right.
Yep.
All right.
The island they're mapping, Dunk Island, is 6 kilometres by 3 kilometres. The girls are going one way and the guys are heading round the island the other way.
I say we head to that point, yep, and stop, and then try and map it. I guess just trying to get the proportions right at this stage.
Start drawing a spit back there.
Okay. And then it curves in round and then it comes out a bit here, so I'll just draw that first bit.
Yeah.
Drawing an accurate map is far from easy when you're pushed for time and you have nothing to help you measure distance. It's all too easy to forget about the assignment and instead simply enjoy sightseeing from a jet ski. But the $5,000 they can win is real, and it will go to one of these people. It all just hangs on the quality of their maps.
I think you should draw. I can't draw very well. You're probably better than me. Yeah.
Do you want to drive?
I'll drive for a while and
Okay.
you can draw.
If you draw a direct line, you hit that point there, yeah, and that point up there.
They only need to submit one of the maps. Whichever map they decide is the most accurate.
Well, I think we need to go in and hug tightly around the sort of bottom part of the island.
They're halfway into the assignment and they've each gone halfway around the island.
Howdy. Not too bad. Yeah, it's pretty tough.
Yeah.
I guess we've just got to look at it like, you know, all these little sort of juts are only going to be really tiny.
Yeah.
It's just, we have to sort of aim towards the general outline.
Okay.
We're going to head off. We don't have much time left, so we'll meet you around back at the spit.
All right, good job.
All right?
Mark and Bob are being more methodical about their map drawing than Elena and Crystal.
You're already all the way up to the top.
For these two, the assignment's just too much fun to worry about winning $5,000.
The jet ski task was extremely fun for Elena and I. We just had a ball hooning around, and that was our problem. We had too much fun and we were enjoying ourselves way too much that we didn't actually concentrate on the task at hand.
We figured out pretty early on in the piece that our map wasn't going to be the one that was used, so we just kind of played around on the jet ski and had fun with it. That's what we were saying to each other. Let's just have fun with this one and hope that Mark's map's pretty decent because ours is bad.
At the end of the hour, they have 2 maps to choose between, or at least they should have.
How'd you go?
It's pretty tough.
Do you have a map? This is the one?
That's one.
That's half a one.
Yep, submit that one.
To win $5,000, the map they've submitted must be at least 50% accurate.
That's pretty good.
It's in your interest to think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Struggling, I think.
51.5%.
That's great job.
$5,000 in the kitty. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
They won the money, but it was no thanks to Elena and Crystal. Were their poor efforts deliberate, or were they simply having too much fun?
We were just pushing each other to extreme, just hooning around and having fun. So I wouldn't be surprised if Elena was the mole and leading me astray.
I'm still sort of thinking suspiciously of Crystal because I know she's quite good at drawing and things like that. And when she attempted to draw the map, she got the proportions wrong and went sort of halfway around the island before we'd only probably done a couple of Ks. So I'm suspicious of that.
Even though they were fairly sort of carefree about it, I think that the mole was very clever in manipulating the other one into believing that they had no hope of doing a decent map of Dunk Island.
Could the mole have attempted to sabotage this assignment? And if so, what did he or she do? You will have the chance to win $25,000 by correctly identifying the mole. The 4 contestants must also answer questions about the mole. Because they haven't yet been told which of them is the successful bidder for the free pass, all of them must do the test. Even at this late stage, after 9 episodes, none of the contestants are absolutely sure which one of them is the mole.
Anyone here could easily be the mole. I'm sort of torn in half.
Which one, in my book, is the mole? Who is it?
The 4 contestants must answer 10 questions about the mole and what he or she has been doing. The only way to get a high score is to correctly identify which of them is the traitor. Even now, no one, except of course for the mole, is absolutely sure.
Anyone here could easily be the mole. I'm sort of torn in half. Elena's very suspicious right now. She is extremely intelligent and can work a lot of people. And my other suspect is still Mark. He's done a few little things that make me suspicious.
I'm torn between Crystal and Mark, and I'm leaning more towards Mark. Everybody suspects Mark, which is definitely a worry. I'm just really hoping that they all suspect me, because if I could get to a point in the final where the other contestant suspects me, then that's brilliant. That means it's in the bag.
I suspect Crystal Rose for the mole. I just think that Crystal is a lot more mature than her years would lead on. My other main suspect is still Bob. Bob seems an obvious choice to me, but the simplest explanation is probably the right one. Maybe Bob is the mole.
It's got to come down to Crystal Rose or Mark. It's one of those two. Oh, I'm just so tossed whether to switch now at this late stage and switch to Crystal Rose. If I switch to Crystal Rose and I'm eliminated, what a fool am I going to look like? If I stay with Mark, I still could be eliminated. It just puts so much on your mind to try and figure out which one.
Whoever scores least in the test will be sent home. But if every contestant has correctly identified the mole, whoever is slowest to complete the test will be the one to go. No one yet knows that it's Mark who will be given the free pass. His was the highest bid, and he's reduced the prize kitty by $24,000. The 3 others face being eliminated, but everyone fears how much might have been sacrificed from the kitty.
I have great concerns that the others have bid a lot for this. I think that Bob and Mark have probably bid through the roof. If they've bid $10,000 or more, that's just over the top.
I'm really hoping no one bids over 10. And if anyone that bids over 15,000, that's when you start to get really angry at them, because it's a waste of money.
I believe that $15,000 wasn't a great deal of money, but if you've gone and spent $20,000 to $30,000 for an exemption, you're a nut.
My bid of $24,000 was sort of quite extravagant, but it wouldn't surprise me if someone had bid more than that. I think that Crystal Rose might get the exemption.
Evening.
Hi. Evening.
At the moment, at the end of episode 9, the kitty stands at $89,000. Not bad. But last night, one of you won an exemption at great cost to the other members of the group. Mark, perhaps you'd like to tell everyone how much you spent on the exemption.
$24,000.
Serious?
The kitty was at 84 and I dropped it down to 60 at the stage.
That is a little exorbitant,
That's
isn't
a
it?
little bit much. Are you serious?
How did you come at the number at 24?
24.
How did you come up with that?
Well, I thought I'd round it down.
It's a heck of a round down.
It's not the group's money, it's our money individually at the moment, and to do with what we will until someone owns it. So that was the mentality I took.
That's crazy.
That's too much.
That's way too much. 24,000. That took us like days to earn.
Yeah,
that's wrong.
And
that's a lot of challenges.
I contributed to putting the last 10 in, so
that's good.
From my point of view, I think I took out 14.
As it stands, Mark holds an exemption, a free pass through to the final. And the kitty is down to $65,000. Not very much money, really, with only 2 assignments to go in the last episode. Not very much at all.
Better than nothing.
May as well have nothing.
64 G's down, dude. We've got a lot of money to make up.
However, Mark, you filled out a questionnaire today along with everyone else. So if you were to reconsider, make yourself available for elimination with everyone else, put your name back in the hat, I'd be prepared to offer you $24,000 towards the kitty. That brings the total up to $113,000, as opposed to the $65,000 it stands at now, nearly doubling it.
This is Mark's choice. Take the free pass into the final episode, or take the risk of being eliminated.
I wasn't very confident with the questionnaire tonight, I have to say.
If you were to reconsider, make yourself available for elimination with everyone else, put your name back in the hat, I'd be prepared to offer you $24,000 towards the kitty.
I wasn't very confident with the questionnaire tonight, I have to say. But I'll do it.
You do it?
I'll do it.
You'll go back into the elimination. You'll be eligible to leave.
Yep.
Add $24,000 to the kitty. Total now stands at $113,000, and you are eligible for elimination.
Yep. Well, I haven't had an exemption this far, so I'd rather get through without one.
In that case, Mark, let's start with you. Good luck, everyone.
Good choice, baby.
Well done.
Well done.
Well done.
Bob? Bob, we have to go.
Bob was a genuine guy, and he was always there to help us, to pick us up when we were feeling down, and he did play hard, and I think he made us play hard as well.
He never left anything sort of unsaid. He'd always say what he had to say, for better or for worse, and he always had faith in his own ability, not only to do what we had to do, but also to instruct us if we didn't know what we were doing. Yeah, I think we'll miss him a lot.
Bob and I had our differences, and I'm not a very quiet person, and neither's he, so we fought. But yeah, I'm not going to kiss his butt just because he's gone now.
Mate, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
It has been a pleasure doing the show, mate. Really has.
Well, we enjoyed having you on. You're terrific fun. You got a long, long way, mate. You've got everything to be proud of there.
That was a ball. I enjoyed that.
Good. Now you have a safe trip.
You'll see me again.
Right. Look after yourself.
Take it easy. Let's go.
Bob made the wrong choice about which of them is the mole, and after 9 episodes, he goes home empty-handed. 3 people remain, and one of them is a traitor. So, who is it? Which of these people has been deliberately losing money? Suspect number 1, Elena.
I'm not the mole. I'm here to win the money, so hopefully that's how it'll turn out.
In episode 5, Elena solved the murder mystery.
I decided that Bob is the murderer.
I am the murderer.
Stupid, absolutely stupid response.
It gave her a free pass, but it cost the team $5,000. In episode 6, Elena drove her scooter off the road.
I don't want to ride the bike, I don't want to do either one.
It wasted time, and it nearly cost them the assignment.
I'm just petrified now, going over the edge.
And in tonight's episode, Elena did the tandem jump, but not the solo. It cost them another $5,000.
I was pretty pleased with myself just for doing the tandem jump, and I thought, why push it? One jump in one day is enough.
Suspect number 2, Crystal Rose.
No, I'm not the mole. Look at me. How can I be the mole? I can't deceive people.
In episode 5, Crystal refused to bungee.
No.
She also refused to parachute.
I'll land you safely, okay?
I can't. I just can't do it.
In episode 6, Crystal's disguise won her a free pass, but the team missed out on $5,000.
What would you say if I offered you $20,000 towards the kitty for your exemption?
That night, Crystal turned down a deal that would have made them $20,000.
Take your chances.
No.
Suspect number 3, Mark.
I am not the mole for the simple reason that I'm a lawyer, and my job is about finding the truth, not creating lies.
In episode 4, it was Mark who sent the confusing SMS.
Let's not do any of that. I've got the phone, so...
And the bad directions cost the team $5,000. In episode 6, Mark broke the rules by buying stamps.
Do you think that a 45-cent postage fee should be paid with $400 worth of stamps?
It was another $5,000 gone. And last week, in the painting assignment,
I'll keep the tail stumpy because of the size of the bill.
Okay.
Mark's badly drawn platypus tail cost them yet another $5,000.
Where's the tail?
All 3 of them have lost the team money. But whose sabotage was deliberate? Who is the mole? Next week on the final episode of The Mole.
Capture and release a wild snake.
Oh, God, I thought that was the snake there.
It's a heart-stopper of an assignment.
Keep your heart rate below 150.
This is okay.
Gambling away their prize kitty. $15,000 in 10 minutes.
I can't look.
They can win it or lose it. And the traitor reveal.
Journey ends here. Tonight, the final elimination. One of you will leave this island $108,000 better off. One of you will not be so lucky, and one of you will be revealed, finally, as a traitor.
Elena, good luck.
Thank you. I could have over $100,000.
And right now, I am freaking out.
But we'll see what happens.
Who do they each suspect?
I'm thinking Mark is the mole.
I have little doubt that Elena's the mole.
There's over $100,000 riding on it.
Everyone's up on edge right now, and I'm extremely nervous.
Who will win all the money? Who will walk away with nothing?
Switch on.
Who is the mole?
Come out.
Exclusive tip on Who is the Mole? Listen to The Cage on Triple M tomorrow afternoon and a vital clue is yours. Plus, for even more insider information, log on to themole.com.au tomorrow evening from 6 to chat live with tonight's eliminated contestant.